There's something that happens in sessions that most practitioners are not aware of while it's happening. And most likely because it's so subtle. But it doesn't look like a mistake. It often looks like it's good work and it can even feel supportive. But actually, it interferes with the process and it's overriding the nervous system. Now, this is not something that's done intentionally. It usually comes from wanting to help. That's what we do, wanting the client to move forward and wanting the session to work. But even with the best intention, we can move ahead of the system. And this can show up in ways like asking the next question too quickly, guiding the client out of discomfort too soon, introducing a technique when the system hasn't settled, or interpreting the experience instead of letting it unfold, filling the silence instead of just allowing it. And again, these are all things that can feel supportive, but the nervous system does not respond to direction. It responds to safety and timing. Even slightly, we interrupt what it's trying to do. Now, from the client's perspective, this can feel like not fully landing in the experience, being pulled out of something before it completes, needing to follow instead of feeling. And over time, this prevents the system from fully reorganizing because what we're often tracking is the session moving? I worked with a client who would reach very subtle moments in session, moments where something was beginning to shift internally. And if I had followed my instinct to guide, to ask the next question, to move the process forward, we would have missed it. But by staying with the moment without adding anything, something deeper completed, not dramatically, but fully. And this is where the work becomes less about doing and more about allowing. Just allowing the silence, the space, the incomplete moment, allowing the system to find its own rhythm. So begin to notice, when do you feel the urge to step in? When do you feel the need to move the session forward? And instead of acting immediately, just pause, because that pause might be exactly what the system needs. Now, here's an important distinction because guidance has a place, technique has a place, but timing is everything. And when the timing is off, even good work doesn't land. So the shift becomes not leading the process, but working in partnership with the system. And when you begin working this way, you'll notice something very different. Your sessions may feel quieter, they might feel slower, they might feel less active, but the results are deeper. They're more stable because the work becomes more integrated. And when you look at everything that we've covered in this series, doing more by over talking, going too deep, or creating dependency, overriding the system, they all point to the same thing: working ahead of the nervous system instead of with it. Now, this is where practitioner work begins to evolve. It evolves into something that's much more refined because you're no longer relying on technique alone. You're developing the ability to read and respond to the system in real time. And that's what creates lasting change. Now, this is something that I go much deeper in my book, From Survival to Coherence, and even deeper in the work that I teach. And I'm going to leave those links down below. If this resonates with you, you can check it out. Because this level of awareness changes everything about how you work.